Hello, my name is Robert K. Collier, and my Social Security number is 426-317524. I have Erb's palsy, an upper right extremity impairment, and it is it bothers the back of my neck greatly, and my shoulder and elbow. To discuss a situation in which I need to inform someone at the Attorney General's office. I had tried to inform you before, but I thought a video message may be more appropriate. My palsy condition is my main concern, and is the reason I am contacting your office again to clarify myself. I had contacted the office earlier during the year, but there seems to be a problem, and I thought maybe a DVD message would help clear the air and help the situation at hand. And I'm not trying to cause any trouble, and I'm not trying to be bothersome, but I thought this would be more appropriate, and therefore it would help me move forward in getting the issues resolved and solved so that I can pursue in furthering my education and help my palsy condition. I need corrective surgery on the shoulder, arm, and elbow, but I'm having to wait because of an ongoing Social Security Judicial Court review of my disability benefits, which I was planning only to use to further my education from an associate's degree to a bachelor's degree, in which I did after the court review. I returned to school after the federal and state judicial court review and double-checked my paralegal work and wrote a variety of papers on the subject and did my senior project on the court review titled Social Security's Plan to Achieve Self-Support Under Federal and State Judicial Review. I have graduated from the Northwest Mississippi Community College in 1994 when this issue began. That's when I started exploring the options in using the money for education offered by Social Security, which is located in their regulations and in numerous pamphlets, leaflets, and brochures that you may use your benefits for education. However, the process underwent a in-house review, and then it was remanded to federal court, and federal court to state court, and back to federal court, and it took up a lot of time, and it has cost me a lot of money. But I was finally able to combine everything into a bachelor's of paralegal studies, in which I graduated from the University of Memphis with in December 2008. Again with a degree of paralegal studies. I accrued a lot of related and medical expenses, about $250,000 over a 15-year time period, which are becoming past due, in which I had to borrow to cover my expenses. But the courts ruled and ordered that Social Security cover the cost because of a serious breach of contract. I would like to a material breach. I would like to continue my education with a master's degree. Although I must have the issues in the Social Security Judicial Court review settled before I continue with my education, because money for education was the initiative for the judicial review. And I also must have my shoulder surgery on my shoulder, arm, and elbow, corrective surgery before I can continue my education. There are education and medical expenses which are covered in the compensation that are attached in the judicial court ruling, judgment, and order. There's a ruling from the federal Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals which affirms the state trial court judgment, which is a money judgment. And there's an order from the Mississippi Supreme Court that states, quoting United States versus Sherwood, which declares a breach of contract, and with approving and authorizing the state trial court money judgment creditor for money damages under the Tucker Act. Again, the order states, quoting United States versus Sherwood citation. The judicial court review again went through the Fifth Circuit Federal Appeals Court and the Mississippi Supreme Court. The court review produced a favorable money judgment, ruling, and order, which still have not been complied with and payment made. The money judgment again was affirmed and entered by the Fifth Circuit Court of Federal Appeals, and afterwards the Mississippi Supreme Court authorized and approved the money judgment and entered it on a mandate. The Federal Appeals Court judges were Judge Barksdale, Judge Stewart, and Judge Higginbotham. And the citation was Yohe versus Collins, citation which declares there was no cumulative error in entering the state trial court judgment. Therefore affirmed. And the justices on the Mississippi Supreme Court order, Presiding Justice McRae signed the order, and Justice Easley and Justice Graves were the other two justices. And a mandate followed, which declares entering of the state trial court judgment, and I have been having difficulty with the Mississippi Supreme Court order and mandate. I have tried to pursue the order and mandate, but the defendant's Justice Department and the District Attorney's Office have been very discreet in providing me with little information regarding the issues on the order and mandate. The Mississippi Supreme Court case is 2003-CP-00041, and the state trial court case number and docket number is 99-0098-CVL on the Grenada County Circuit Court docket. The Mississippi Supreme Court order also cited United States versus Testan citation, which declares the case is for reclassification and back pay. The order also, as I have mentioned, stated, quoting United States versus Sherwood citation, which declares a breach of contract with approving and authorizing the state trial court money judgment creditor for money damages under the Tucker Act. The third citation was Lehman versus Nexian citation, which declares discrimination and states no jury trial is available when the United States waives immunity. The Mississippi Supreme Court order was filed under discovery on 7/29/05 back in federal court, where SSA had given their instructions for a civil action complaint. The mandate in state court from the Mississippi Supreme Court clearly enters the state trial court judgment, which is a money judgment, and the mandate states you are commanded that execution and further proceedings as may be appropriate forthwith be had consistent with this judgment and the Constitution and the laws of the state of Mississippi. The mandate also declares that there's a copy of the original judgment on file in the office of the clerk of the Mississippi Supreme Court. The defendants still have not complied with the order, and I do not know if there has ever been an execution of the mandate. The issues on the order must be complied with due to financial obligations by the defendants as the order, judgment, and mandate state. Could you please help me? I've attached a simple and brief one-page legal memorandum to this DVD, which again I simplified and briefed as simply and as short as I possibly could. It's on one page and it is attached to the DVD, and it provides the citations and the signals used on the ruling and order. The signals were first C, and it was Yohe versus Collins citation, and the second signal was quoting, which quoting United States versus Sherwood, which is on the order. I must have payment because I've got to have surgery on my arm. I've had a lot of medical expenses and traveling expenses. There was an offer by the Social Security office recently to cover my medical and traveling expenses, but they, when I pursued and explained the situation, they rejected and said try elsewhere. I've got to have this issue settled. Again, the back of my neck bothers me greatly, and my right arm, And I have a palsy doctor in Los Angeles that is waiting to evaluate me, and he has discussed the procedures with my shoulder specialist in New Orleans at Tulane, Dr. Buddy Savoy, about the procedures he can do to help the shoulder, which would help the chest and the back of the neck. Again, I'm not trying to be difficult, but sirs, I've got to have my money. I have creditors that need their money, in which I had to borrow to cover my expenses as the United States Attorney's Office wanted. They wanted me to bring them a final cost, and when I did, they were not happy, and they've acted ugly to me, and I'm not quite sure what to do. And this is the main reason that I am making this DVD for you and sending it to you along with the legal memorandum. If you could help me in any possible way retrieve the monetary funds, especially to cover my medical and traveling expenses, so I can get to the doctor, get my arm fixed, and then vacate, in which I need to do, and then return to school and work on a master's degree. If you could help me, I would be sincerely appreciated. I would be sincerely appreciative. Again, my name is Robert K. Collier, and I have Erb's palsy, and I need someone's assistance, if possible, to induce a payment for a money judgment which has been federally affirmed and authorized and approved by the Mississippi Supreme Court. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.